Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video. Now, usually I wait for both of the deep dives to come out, but I'm really excited about Arnim Zola this month. Here I have this 7-star Tech Awakening gem, and I think its home is in Arnim Zola's computer. That's where this gem needs to go. So let's take a look at this deep dive together. I haven't watched this before, but I've seen a little clip of it already from the live stream that we went over yesterday, and saw Karate Mike fighting the Winter Soldier and everything, and I've read a little bit of his abilities, so a bit of a rough idea, but let's really see the deep dive, see him in full action here. Let's go.
Let's get started. Summoners, we're back here today with another champion deep dive. Today, we're talking about
He looks so
Arnim
crazy.
Zola.
I love it. Love the way he looks.
So, sit back and relax, because it's time to get into it. Arnim Zola enters the contest with advanced robotics.
So he's a robot?
Providing immunity to bleed,
no poison. That's good.
As well as ensuring his ability accuracy and combat power rate can only be modified by his own effects.
Oh, that's great.
His first medium and light attacks don't make it by his own effects.
It says by his own effects, so it's not just like a mutant counter, it's just you can't mess with his ability accuracy. I like that.
His first medium and light attacks don't make contact with the opponent.
I like that too.
And
that's
the critical
great.
penetration of opponent's basic attacks is reduced by -80% flat. And Zola cannot lose more than 10% of his max health from a single damage source, excluding Special 3.
It's like future Ant-Man's ability
Zola
built
can
in.
activate a pre-fight ability to select either a Special 1 lock or a Special 2 lock.
This is insane
effect.
right here, dude.
When finishing a special attack, he inflicts the selected effect as a passive for 20 seconds.
20
if
seconds.
Neither is selected.
Holy, that's a long time.
30% potency cowardice debuff during the opponent's special attacks. This becomes a 90% potency passive while defending. Zola gains an indefinite
90%
ESP charge when he's struck with anything other than a heavy attack. If he blocks a hit, he gains 3 charges. And when knocked down by a heavy attack, he loses 10. These max out at 30 charges, and at 20, before being hit by a basic attack, Zola has a 10% chance to consume all ESP charges to inflict a sleep passive for 3 seconds.
Putting Mantis to sleep,
For each charge
that's funny.
over 20, the chance is increased by +5% flat. And during a well-timed block, the chance is increased to 100%. Now,
because he did just
the
parry.
first hit of Zola's heavy attack inflicts a 0.5% disintegration debuff, dealing direct damage over 0.5 seconds. If the opponent is not stunned, he inflicts an additional 5. And while the opponent is suffering from any of these, all of his hits inflict another disintegration debuff. These debuffs are paused while Zola is charging or performing a heavy or special. And the final hit of his special attacks removes all of them. Now, let's check out his special attacks. On activation of the special 1
that's unduped Zola right here.
All of them.
Because he's supposed to do a burst when he consumes all this, but I think that might be from the signature abilities. That's why we're not seeing it here.
Now,
so there's no big
check
burst
out
there.
His special attacks.
Okay. Must be the SIG.
On activation of the Special 1, he gains a 10% Energize passive for 60 seconds, maxing out at 5 stacks.
60 seconds? 5 stacks?
A Fury
wow.
buff for 4 seconds, paused until the start of his next special attack. With the Special 2, on activation, he inflicts a 40% disintegration passive, dealing direct damage over 10 seconds. Each buzzsaw hit consumes 1 of Zola's personal energizes to inflict a 10% disintegration passive for 10 seconds. The Special 3. At the end of this attack,
100% healing.
A 30% armor break debuff for 20 seconds, maxing out at 5 stacks. He also gains a self-repair passive, healing 100% of his missing health over 20 seconds.
It's really
this
good.
This passive is removed if he's stunned, and for each time this attack has been used previously in the quest, these effects' base durations are tripled, up to 3 times. Now, let's check out his signature ability. When awakened, upgrades to his neural network grant him the psych.
Here we go. When Zola's special attack removes his disintegration debuffs, each debuff deals a final burst. Okay, so at 200, 583 direct damage per. Okay.
Psychic shielding tag while in a fight. Additionally,
Psychic shielding, that's
striking
nice.
a sleeping opponent grants an unblockable passive for up to 12 seconds. And when his special attacks.
And so here you see he's fighting Magneto, and he's magnetized. But that shouldn't matter because, again, he can't have his ability accuracy lowered. So that means Magneto is not going to be a reliable way to counter him either.
Remove his disintegration debuffs. Each debuff deals a burst of direct damage. Now, let's take him out for a spin
Nice
in the
little
champion
burst.
rotation. To begin, block and strike the opponent to build your charges and push them back toward the wall. Focus on baiting heavies, and then, once they're almost at 2 bars of power, launch your special 1 to gain your Energize, Fury, and inflict your special 1 lock. Bait the opponent's special 2 while they're near the wall. Then, parry above 20 charges to inflict Sleep, and start chaining your heavy attacks. While performing your heavies, your disintegration debuffs will be paused, and once the opponent just about reaches 2 bars, launch your special attack to explode them and burst the opponent down.
So for 67 of those little debuffs, we're seeing a 75,000 burst right there. Okay.
And if they aren't already wiped out, just repeat the process until they are. Now, if you're up against an opponent with a scary or unblockable special 2, you might want to choose the special 2 lock pre-fight instead to lock things down and make sure Zola's always in control. And don't forget, if you don't choose any of them, that cowardice on the opponent makes him very tanky when baiting the opponent's special attacks. And hey, if you happen to mess up, and trust me, we've all been there, Arnim Zola's got your back with that self-repair passive
Red smile
and special
explosion.
that
That was great.
regenerates 100% of missing health each time you use it. And not to mention, he'll also break the opponent's armor. But don't go too crazy, because each time you use this, that regen will take a lot longer to tick all the way to the top. Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Arnim Zola. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come.
What I want to take another look at here is just that signature ability. Let's pull that back up. Where was that? Right here. So, is this worth a 7-star tech awakening gem? That's the question here. It's because we got that bad boy right here, locked and loaded. Here's my current options. You know, there's some decent ones, but we're gonna gain from Sig 1. You gain the psychic shielding, which is nice. That's good to have. Then striking sleeping opponent grants the unblockable passive. I want so at max Sig it lasts for 12 seconds, which is a long time. 12 seconds is big, but like. I'm guessing 600, maybe it's more like 6 seconds, which is still a decent duration, but like 12 seconds, that should be more than enough time to do all of your heavy chaining and then just let the special 2 rip, like wherever you are, you know, instead of trying to chain it like mid-heavy into the special. I don't know how that's going to feel, so just having the unblockable is nice. Like I love just being unblockable and just being able to throw my special like anytime, you know. It's a great feeling, especially when you're doing all these heavy chaining and everything. And then the big part of the Sig here, when Zola's special attack removes his disintegration debuffs, each debuff deals a burst, and the higher the Sig, the more burst damage. So it seems like he's definitely going to want to be awakened if you're playing him offensively, and definitely want to be a high Sig. Grasp of Hydra. So I definitely think Arnim Zola here is more geared to be a defender. Let's pull up a little picture up here. There he is. That's a good one. Yeah, so I think he's definitely more geared to being a defender. He's got so many defensive abilities in his kit. You know, we saw the 90% cowardice, on defense. It's 30% on attack, but 90% on as when he's defending, and it's not a debuff, it's a passive. So your special attacks aren't going to be doing much damage to him. And then he also, has the crit resistance, or where was that? Where he was getting hit and he just wasn't taking much damage. So that's big. And he also has the safety net damage cap protection of only 10%, which one of the best tech champions in the whole game, which is future Ant-Man, he has that ability as well, but it's built in, I think, to his sig. Yeah, it's like the last part of his signature ability here. When he would lose more than 10% of health from a single source on a special 3, reduce the damage to 10% of his max health. So Zola just has that built in already, which is really, really good. For example, Gallon can't burst him down. He can only do 10% at one point. So I think Arnim Zola is just going to be quite the crazy trap defender. I think he might be one of the next big dogs, in the leagues of Serpent, Enchantress, Bullseye. He might be that crazy of a defender. He also might not be. He might not be that nutty. I don't know yet. It's still very early, but my hopes are high for Mr. Zola. I'm definitely going to be picking up an early access bundle for this guy. And also, he is confirmed to be coming first. With his deep dive dropping first, that should be what that means. So what that means is he's going to be in the next Titan Crystal. Within 37 days. Start saving those shards. You'll be able to have a chance at Arnim Zola. It should be, so far right now, the next Titan batch. It's looking really good. It should be Gentle, Okoye, or January champions, and then Arnim Zola, also Dazzler, because she didn't make it in the last batch update. So those 4 are guaranteed going into this Titan Crystal. Zola, Dazzler, Gentle, Okoye. Dazzler and Arnim Zola seem like some top of the line champs. Really want to get my hands on both of them. Yeah, and then the other 2 we don't know yet, but let's take a quick look at the deep dive comment section. Let's see what people are thinking here. Let me move this over a bit so you guys can see too. MODOK's best friend has arrived. That's a good one. Special lock is crazy. Use on Enchantress, this game over. Yeah, I'm very curious to see this, because if you special lock 1 Enchantress, her special 2 is already locked. She can only use a special 3, which is actually a good thing. That's in Alliance War. That's great. His idle walking animation is so funny. Dude, he has the goofiest run-in animation into a fight in the game. I love it. Absolutely love it. Psychic shielding in his dupe hints at a nasty defender with reverse controls coming soon. I don't know about that. Interesting theory, though. We got Kang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before GTA 6. Oh, man. This guy isn't going to die on defense. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. I can think of multiple chances that will nuke him. Why didn't you say them? Let me know who you guys are thinking that's going to be great options for fighting Arnim Zola. Because honestly, I'm really not sure. Yeah, I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas in mind of champs who's really going to nuke him, please let me know. Because I am not sure. Let's see what else people are saying. The walk is so hilarious. It is. It's so good. The fact that Arnim Zola is playable and even more of a monster to face than his boss is insane. Keep in mind, synergies were never mentioned, so we don't know if he's got something to deal with his weakness of having anti-reliance or an over-reliance on disintegration to damage the opponent. Yeah, I wonder what his synergies are going to be. There's got to be one with MODOK, dude. There has to be. So, do twice as much work and be half as effective as Nimrod. Well, I mean, Nimrod, the opponent has to be susceptible to shock. So many shock immune champs in the game, it's not even funny, especially in the mutant class. Also, Arnim Zola has disintegration, which I don't think anyone in the game right now is immune to, so that's pretty neat. Another cracked defender, yep, definitely. You guys are going to need to buff his burst on heavy a lot to fix that because they ain't doing any damage consuming debuffs. It didn't seem like the most damage. That's my biggest worry right now is his damage output for sure. You know, we saw with the where was it? On the damage loop against the bishop, it was right here. We see the damage get consumed for a burst here. But like, you know, that was how many heavies to build up this damage. Like, it starts right here. So 1 heavy, 2 heavy, 3 heavy, 4 heavy, 5 heavy, 6 heavies, 6 consecutive heavy attacks into, you know, big nuke burst, and it's only 75k. You know, this is at least looks like a 7-star rank 3 champion, and that's it. Like, so yeah, I can see the worry on the damage output for all that, but it seems like it's not going to be that difficult to build up the damage most of the time, I feel like. But I don't know, it does feel just not enough for 6 consecutive heavy attacks in a row, all landing, all applying this massive build up. Not even 100k damage. How's a robot not shock immune? Don't question Kabam's logic. To the stage of Marvel isn't incinerate immune. Shouldn't they take more damage from shock effects to fire their system? Stark already has a shock. That's true. Stark's Spray Shock does do more against robots. MCOC, but playable. What are his synergies? Do you guys wish that they kept the synergies in the deep dives? Honestly, kind of do. L character, L take. Okay, we should drop a comment here. Should we drop blue MCOC? Let's go. Blue MCOC. All right. Well, guys, that is Mr. Arnim Zola. Let me know what you guys think about him. Are you excited? Are you not convinced? Once I am able to, you better believe we're going to be making content on this guy. Maybe a testing stream or just some videos showcasing him, his utility, and maybe we're going to have to make a video figure out how to fight this guy. But again, if you guys have any idea on who's going to be a good counter for him, let me know in the comments. And start saving those Titan shards, man, for 37 days. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss the pool change. You want to be ready for it. And yeah, let me know if you guys think I should keep saving this Tech Awakening gem for Mr. Arnim Zola. That's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. It's deep dive, in-depth breakdown on Mr. Arnim Zola. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great, wonderful day. Peace.